Steffi Graf there, 21 years old now, born in Brühl, a place that is producing one player after another, an area where Boris Becker came from, an area where the new Anke Huber, the new West Germans, coming out of a very successful program down there in South Germany.
Both of these girls have homes in Florida, so they don't have to travel all the way back to Europe in between their tournaments.
Monica Seles, there's Steffi Graf. Of course, she was #1 in the world for 186 weeks, a record in both men and women's tennis. And she's looking to make a hat trick here. She's won the title twice before, and this, if she wins today, would be her first title of the year. She's really hungry for a title win this year.
She sure is. She hasn't won her last 5 tournaments. She needs to get that.
Really hasn't been tested at all this week, has she, Tracy? She is just whipping her way through everybody.
Like she's just having a warm-up week. She beat Audra Keller 2-1, and Javer and Susan Sloan, another girl from Kentucky, and Julie Hillard from France yesterday.
So no real challenge yet, but a different story today, and both players said they will have to raise their games today. They will be much more motivated, much more psyched up, taking on each other in this match. So Steffi Graf serving, first game. Right away there, Monica Seles really jumping on that return. She seems to take the serve very early, Tracy.
Yes, she does. Usually both players in the first game kind of play more tentative, have the nerves.
They have played each other before, of course, although never on a hard court, and Graf leads the series 3-2, but a few surprising results in there.
And Graf won the first 3, and Monica has won the last 2.
That's the kind of shot that Steffi Graf wants to hit. She's having a little bit of trouble on her serve, but her forehand seems to be on form. She may have been a little bit nervous. She's used to being the #1 seed, the #1 player. This is the first time she's had to face the #1 player in the world against her for 3.5 years.
So well.
If she wins here today, Monica... That's the shot Steffi Graf loves to hit, that forehand.
People have been saying that Steffi needs to add more to her game. But she says, no, I just need that big forehand. Big forehand and big serve.
And there it is, a love game for Steffi Graf. We'll be back with more live coverage after this. In this first set of the US Women's Hardcourt Championships, the final match. 15.
Mistake there. Steffi had Monica running backwards, letting Monica back into the point.
Steffi Graf said during the Lipton tournament that she didn't really believe in herself again. She wasn't hitting the forehand like she likes to hit it.
Now, this forehand was set up by those wonderful slices that Steffi hits low into Monica's forehand.
Confidence be a factor for Steffi Graf now. She hasn't been winning titles, and she is ranked #2 for the first time. Do you think that's a factor for her?
Yeah, I think it would have to be because, you know, she's lost a few tough 3-set matches. On in the past, that left-handed serve slicing wide into her backhand she's had trouble with, starting back when playing Martina Navratilova.
Monica Seles, of course, hits 2 hands on both sides.
There you see Steffi has 8 unforced errors already. She is going for it. Monica can't have that many unforced errors.
Yep.
Or if you do, you have to have an awful lot of winners as well.
And there's another unforced error from Steffi Graf, and she is triple break point down in this game. Could give Monica Seles a 4-1 lead in this. Monica Seles is so quick at the baseline. She gets to almost everything. What does Steffi Graf have to do? The ball to Graf's forehand is not a good idea, is it?
Asking for disaster. You know, Monica has to be that much quicker because she has the double hands on both sides, and that.
And there it is, a forehand return to break Monica Seles for the first time in this match. Graf edging back to 4-2 after trailing 4-1. She could have been down 5-1. Now it's 4-2.
And the drop shot is something that a lot of the players are now trying to do against Monica. They feel that she runs well laterally, but she doesn't move in as well. Runs well laterally, but runs well laterally.
Franier, she used the drop shot very effectively against Monica Seles. Unfortunately, she couldn't quite turn things around in the third set there, but that's really how she clinched the second set. And Steffi Graf taking a leaf out of that book today. That's definitely a weapon that Monica is yet to develop. There's that tactic again, the drop shot luring Monica to let, and then the passing shot for the game winner. Seles had a chance to lead 5-1 there, was leading 4-1, but now it's 4-3. Monica Seles serving. Want to wish all our viewers, of course, a happy Easter and a happy Passover. It's a beautiful day here in San Antonio. Passover, it's a beautiful day here. Passover, it's a beautiful day here. Brilliant sunshine, no wind, hardly any humidity.
It's all sides of the court. It's amazing. During the point, you look at Monica, she has her whole weight into her body, and it seems like her grunt gets louder when she hits the backhand. Whereas when she hits her forehand, she's usually leaning back.
Steffi Graf the break, and it's 4-all. We're all even here.
She was excited about this forehand. Boy, did she hit it clean and well. Down the line, winner, perfect. I think her forehand's getting warmed up.
Well, she looked in so much trouble earlier in this set. She dropped serve twice. What's changed around here for Steffi Graf?
Well, I think that she's just making contact a lot better. She's cut down on her unforced errors. She's won 12 of the last 15 points.
Just 2 minutes. Again, Steffi Graf really coming to net, Tracy.
Well, she didn't even have to make the volley because the coming in shot was so strong. She seems to be pumping herself up.